The movement that I work on all the time with students, and it's a really, really subtle movement, but it's so, so important. You see, what we're all trying to do is by the time we get to the top of the backswing position, we've all got to make sure that we're really sort of turning the pelvis in towards your trail leg. Triggering a state of internal hip rotation has huge benefits, not only just to using the ground and rotation, but also for angles, right, and your general sort of geometry of the golf swing. And that's a really important thing. Now, the problem that I tend to encounter quite often is golfers that really struggle with what is known as a separation. And the reason why is that although we've all heard the term separation in the golf swing, it's actually a really subtle movement, as I'll explain inside this video. So the problem you see is if we know that we need to be in this type of position at the top of the backswing, okay, then if I move my upper body and my lower body at the same time, okay, like so, what you'll end up noticing is, you can see here the way I'm losing an element of hip depth, right? My hips are moving forward. You can also notice the way that my head would be moving towards the right hand side, but you guys will be able to tell here that my shoulder rotation just ends up too flat, right? Like so. And this is what happens as a byproduct of moving everything together. And I see this a lot, right, in terms of advice being given. And obviously when I'm working with students, I might stumble across a video and say, oh, I've seen this. And this is the problem, right? It's a really subtle movement, but it's a really important movement. And if you think for a moment about putting, okay, so what I tend to say to my students is, look, you've got to be able to advance the club. It's not far, right? 3 feet in distance where it's just an upper body rotation. Okay, I'm not saying you can take it back really far. I'm saying you can take the club back 3 feet and then you can start to rotate together. Okay, and that's absolutely critical. Now, if you were thinking about putting, okay, however you choose to hold the putter, okay, let's pretend this is a putter and I hold it like so. The way that I advance that club head to the side of my body is not through hands and arms, right, or wrists, because the idea is my upper arms are connected to the side of my body. I'm not going to sort of move and abduct my right arm and then my left hand, right? The idea is that the upper arms stay relatively connected, and then the way that the club moves into this position and then this position is through upper body separation. And think about doing a longer version of that. So imagine you had to hit a 50, 60 yard putt. You might admittedly use some wrist in the real golf, but the point is if you were to do it and advance the club like so, excuse me, you're going to notice it's the same thing, right? It's going to be upper body rotation, not lower body, okay? And that's what I would suggest, because your takeaway for golf is effectively the same thing. It's you're trying to do upper body rotation and then add an element of external rotation. And you can see the way that moves the club about 4 feet in distance. And that's absolutely critical. And it might seem absolutely mad, but I think if you're interested in learning more about this and the reasons for it, head over to the website russheritagegolf.com. It's absolutely free to become an online team member where you can access the videos, access things like the WhatsApp community and just learn more about it. But it's a really, really key move. See you soon.